Boy, your favorite coach can truly attest to this, man, that life definitely takes us in many different directions. It takes us down different paths, and sometimes we knocked off our feet, in which, the storm is consuming us at that point in time. And we have to find a way to get ourselves through that storm or pick ourselves up and just weather the storm and continue to keep moving forward. And even though you may not feel the greatest as far as what's taking place, you just got to find that little piece of something somewhere that you can grab a hold to and just continue to keep surging forward. And this, the same applies with HBCUs as far as the different things that they go through throughout time, where they're trying to build things up for the university or the college to continue to keep moving forward, and them being able to do greater things on the campus for, athletes to be enticed to want to come there because they feel comfortable. They feel like this is the place where they need to be. Or students, academically wise, want to come there based upon the things that they've heard that the university offers to them to continue their studies, to get themselves prepared to move into life and forge forward that way. Life ain't always fair. And sometimes, even though it's not fair, you got to find a way to balance it out. But guys, there's been a couple of things that have taken place as far as with a particular university in which, they've had a couple of shortcomings here and there, but they're still moving forward. Even your favorite coach got hit with some bad news. We're going to talk about it right after this. Favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. All my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap your inner friend into tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing, because you know what? Before I get started, I want to give a good friend of mine his flowers. I've known this man since we was kids. I believe I was 7 and he might have been 6, or 6 and 5. But we grew up together. This young man met his untimely demise. He's left us. Even though he's not here in the physical, he's still here in the spirit. Coach trying to find a way to deal with this. But you know what? I'm going to forge forward just like I've done before. And I figure the best way to keep moving is you got to stay busy. And sometimes the devil himself like to get busy, and you have to find a way to shake it off to, continue to keep doing that thing that you're called to do. And right now I feel that thing that I'm called to do is to make sure that you guys get the information that, I love to give you guys all the time. So to my good friend, Jason Rothschild, Morehouse man, yes sir, from the Motor City all the way down to the ATL. He graduated from Morehouse College. He passed away yesterday. I got the call, man. I'm still just trying to piece it together. And, the last time I saw that young man, I saw him when I went home to bury my pops. And, we had a very, very in-depth conversation that really, it touched home as far as getting an understanding of what you really have. Sometimes we take things for granted. And I don't want to bore you guys with this. So, if you want to fast forward, another couple of minutes, you can. But I just got to give you this message before I get into what we're going to talk about. But, we all have, we take a lot of things for granted as far as like life itself and just people in general. We all don't like one another for whatever particular reason. I'm gonna put this in the atmosphere because I want everybody to hear it. Some folks out there think I don't like people or I don't like a particular person. I don't have no ill will towards nobody. I'm gonna say that again. I have no ill will towards anyone. I always wanted to be looked upon as a person that if I can lend a hand, I'm willing to lend a hand without it being any questions asked. That's just how I've always been. And I say all of this because that's how Jason was. He was like that himself. The young man, that man, he's a beautiful soul, man. I'll tell you this story though. He, had it not been for him, had he not pulled me aside one day when we was kids, I was actually ready to stop playing football because he wasn't allowed to play. And that's for a whole nother story time as far as with that. But yeah, a lot of things that folks complain about today was happening way back then. And people didn't really have folks that would stand up for them to make sure things worked and moved and navigated in the manner which they need to. But when I tell you that young man was a phenomenal person, man. I mean, he always made sure that you were cool. He made sure that you were okay. And you hear me say okay. And in the last conversation that we had, I sat there and I looked at him because he was the first one to the house when he found out I was home to make sure I was okay. Because that was like my little brother. We both only children. And crazy thing is, I'm sitting there standing, I'm talking to him. He's like, I'm okay. And I'm like, nah, bro, you ain't okay. And I'm like, let's sit down. Let's sit down and talk. So we sat down and talked. Now I listened to everything that he had to say. And, even though everything that I was going through dealing with my pop, because everybody know how close I am with my pop. And they want, he wanted to make sure I was okay. And I knew something wasn't, something was really eating away at him, and I needed for him to get that off his chest. And like I said, I hear it like again, I can hear him now, man. I'm okay. I'm all right, man. Don't worry about me. I'm all right. My brother, I'm always worried about you. I'm glad we had the chance to link up when you came here to Atlanta. We got to be roommates when we was going to college. I salute you, my brother, on everything that you do, everything that you did, because you're damn sure a phenomenal father, husband, friend, nephew, grandson, all of the above. And most of all, my brother from another. Two only children. We're the only kids in the household, in both our households. And it's funny, we became best of friends, man. So I got to salute to that, man. Another AUC brother, Atlanta University, Atlanta University Center, brother. He went to Morehouse. I went to Morris Brown. That used to be the chaos in the apartment, but it's all well and great, man. But coach gonna get away from that, man. I gotta get off my chest, man, because I gotta keep rolling. But we're gonna talk about this thing. But I watch, like I said, I watch everything as it come across the feed as far as with the when it comes to social media. Jackson State has caught a couple of strays, boy, over the past couple of weeks, and it's not even funny. And they lost a couple of coaches. They lost a lawsuit. Everybody, it's like it's just jokes. It's chaotic. Everybody, yeah, they lost. Oh, look, they got there to kick out $800,000 to this man. The guy that's over the Southern Heritage Classic. I think it's Mr. Jones had to give him, cut them a check for not, for them getting out that deal. God, I'm about to hit y'all with something that's gonna really let y'all in on a little something, Even though sometimes when we losing, we actually winning. Hey, remember that phrase, right? Remember that phrase you said though. Even though you think you're losing, you're still winning. But check this out. So yes, it's already been stated, it's already been written that the offensive coordinator from over at Jackson State is leaving to go over to Auburn University with Coach Freeze. They coach with one another over at Liberty University. The offensive coordinator, Coach Harris, he's moved on. And it's well understood, like I've stated to you guys before, philosophies. When you have the same philosophy as those coaches that you are accustomed to coaching with, those are the guys that you feel a vibe with them, and you want to move in that same, move in that same realm, move with them in the manner in which they're moving to continue to propel your star to get to where it is that you're looking to get when it comes down to coaching. Nothing's wrong with that. Now, yes, he's gone ahead, moved on. Crazy thing is right before the spring, I'm sure spring practice already started. So right before the spring game, but have no fear. Y'all already know head coach T.C. Taylor is here. Y'all know he got this thing under control. I'm sure he got the aces in the hole in which he understands exactly what needs to do. Same thing as far as with the defensive coordinator, Coach Bradley. He decided he wanted to leave and move on and go to South Alabama to become the lineman coach over there. It's cool. It's no problem with that. And it's fine because everybody's elevating. And why I say everybody's elevating, you see where Coach going with this. I ain't about to trip them up and say, hey, man, that was bogus. Y'all should have held off on doing what y'all need to do. You need to consider taking a different direction. Why did y'all have to wait till now? Hey, guys, listen, if this is not where you want to be, it's A-okay. And I'm sure head coach T.C. Taylor understood that with no issues. Like, hey man, y'all want to leave, y'all want to move on, do your thing, cool, no problem with that. You know, matter of fact, Coach Harris, who went over to Auburn University, he's over there with a good friend of mine, Kenyatta Watson, who coached. He started out with a little league football program that played in the league here in Atlanta that I had, the Gwinnett Chargers, in which they went and played for state championship that was for Little League at that point in time. So, like I said, we do some good stuff around this piece, man. And I'm so proud of Coach Kenyatta Watson and what he's been able to accomplish, leaving from over at Georgia Tech as the director of recruiting over there. Now he's over at Auburn University doing his thing. So salute to you, Coach. Continue to keep doing phenomenal things and keep moving on up that ladder. Hey, don't forget about the little folks, Coach. You saw, hey, don't forget about me, Coach. I'm trying to rise up with you now, dog. Don't forget about me. But I say all of that to say that change is good. Change is good, just like when head coach Willie Simmons decided he wanted to leave and go to Duke. Coach Respress left and went to Colorado. You had a couple other coaches that busted move. Who was at the defensive coordinator over at FAMU decided he wanted to go to, was it Murray State? I could be wrong. If I'm incorrect, please let me know down below, FAMU folks. I know y'all gonna tell me, hey, coach, that's a bull job. That's wrong. I ain't got no issues with that. But I say all of that to say this. Yes, changes come. Changes happen all the time. Y'all forgot T.C. Taylor, head coach T.C. Taylor, was an offensive coordinator himself. He don't have no problem calling the plays. You've seen a lot of coaches out there that have been calling plays as of now, as of late, trying to make sure that things run the way that they need to run out there on the field. So we can see that happening. Or he can go ahead and dub somebody else to do it. Or, again, ace in the hole. You got athletic director / vice president Ashley Robinson. Mr. Ashley Robinson, I'm sure, got a list of folks that he can go ahead and reach out to, talk to, and see if they want to come in and become a part of the Jackson State Tigers football program. So there's no lose-lose for them. Okay? Now it's just a matter of putting the game plans together week by week to make sure that they're prepared and ready to get out there and go play some football this season. That's all. That's all. That's it. That's all for them. But this thing here with the and by the way, before I go any further, congratulations, coaches, on busting the move, doing what you guys need to do to get yourself to where you're trying to go. Salute to you and wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. But we're going to go ahead and get on into this contract. Yeah, I had to get the preliminaries out the way before I got to the contract because this here just got me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the Deion Sanders wanted these folks to get out of the Southern Heritage Classic, got out of the Southern Heritage Classic. He decided he was going to leave and go to Colorado. Cool, no problem. See, everybody moving, elevating. Cool, no problem. But funny thing is, the monies that need to be paid to the Southern Heritage Classic people for their loss of revenue because Jackson State jumped out of the Classic playing for them. One thing I can say is this: you got to give former head coach Deion Sanders his credit. Because he understood some things as far as like the contract, let them know that was a bogus contract. The university was being pretty much lowballed as far as with the financial gains they should have received prior to signing the contract. Not only that, but when you look at everything that took place as far as with the fanfare and everybody that's there coming to watch the game week in and week, not week in, week out, but year in and year out, it's not only just Jackson State fans coming into them stands, but you got the Tennessee State fans. You got other fans that went to other HBCUs that love HBCU football that's going to come there and watch that game as well. Now, follow me. Remember, Jackson State played in this game 29 years. Out of the 29 years, they made $6 million. Make that make sense. That math definitely is not math. The biggest question is, and I showed you guys the video that I did. I did a video when I actually went to the last Southern Heritage Classic football game, and I showed you guys like all of the activity that was going on. How you had the churches there, you had the different convenience stores, you had the hand wash and the hand car wash place where they had the spray hose and everything, spray your cars off with. They was charging people to park there. The gas stations was closing early. They was charging people to park at the gas station. They charged folks to park at the Dollar Tree or the Rite Aid or something or another that was there. that's like right up the way from the field. The church that's like maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles away from the stadium, you was able to park over there. The church made money. Hey, I'm not mad at folks making money. Make your money. Hell, the people that was out front, the people who houses on the street that's directly across the street from the stadium made money because they allowed people to park on their grass. I ain't mad at them. Make your money. You're supposed to make your money when you get events like that. But I'm talking about I'm talking directly to the event person. You know daggone well that contract was straight boo-boo. And it's cool. Because I know you sitting back right now, you probably licking your foot, yeah. Let me count it up. Yeah, they had to cut that check. Okay, cool. You got your 800,000. But let's look at it from the standpoint. You had 52,000 in the stands the last time Jackson State played against Tennessee State, right? Last year you had 32,000 in the stands. That's a 20,000 drop-off, right? Okay. Follow me. You say 20,000, you say 20,000 patrons. And we're just going to go with the average ticket, stick strictly with just the ordinary dollars and cents, right? Now, when you look at all of this, you say 35 times 20,000. Y'all ready for the number? That's $700,000 right there. 20,000 fans times $35. That's $700,000. The owner and operator of the Southern Heritage Classic got $800,000. So basically, you made $100,000 off of this deal, right? Well, while everybody was laughing and joking, Jackson State had to give up $800,000 to get out that contract, and Coach Prime ain't here no more. Well, guess what, guys? My good friend, Mr. Ken Clark, he jumped online the other night and he talked about exactly how everything broke down with the finances as far as what Jackson State was able, how they were able to go ahead and get things taken care of, and the information that was shared with him as far as that money didn't come out of Jackson State. That money that they had to pay out in that deal didn't hurt Jackson State, not one iota. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Clark, forgive me if I misstate this. Forgive Coach for it. But I just want to share the information. By the way, if y'all have not tapped into and then told a friend of a friend to go over there and check out KC 1400, please go over there and check out KC 1400 and the crew over there. And not only that, but Tiger Talk 1400, check them out as well. Make sure you tap in with those guys and let them know that, you're over here to get the information as far as things that's going on. And you got a lot of other folks out there that's doing phenomenal work as well. And like I said, hey, guys, coaches open to do business with anybody. Business is open, okay? We open for business over here. So y'all want to do some business, y'all want to collab, whatever it is y'all want to do, let's hook up, let's link up. Hit me in the DM, TL Sports Network on Instagram, at TLSN12 on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hit me up, let's talk it up, let's chop it up. Anybody that's looking to do business from a standpoint of products or anything like that, TLSNINFO at gmail.com or at TLSN12 on X, and TLS Sports Network on Instagram. So, guys, again, what Mr. Clark stated was this: the school had a surplus of money that they had to use basically from COVID, from around COVID time. Well, they took that money. He stated that there was in a use-or-lose type situation. They went ahead and used the money to pay it. I guess they had enough funds over there to pay this man off, right? So he got paid. But here's the kicker. Y'all ready for this? Here's the kicker. This is for just giggles and grins, because I don't know if this other piece of money I'm about to talk about, if that money was there as well. But I just want to throw this out here for you. Y'all forgot that Colorado had to pay Jackson State $300,000 back for Deion Sanders breaking his contract, right? So even if that money was not in, if that money is not accounted for the surplus money that Mr. Clark spoke about the other night on his show, Jackson State still plus $300,000 to the good. So who really lost in this situation? I say the Southern Heritage Classic. And guess what? Fans, I need the fans to make sure y'all go out there and support Support the Classic. Go out there, support them teams. Tennessee State fans, y'all need to go out there and start supporting your school. Because, again, everybody wants to get the big deals. They want to get the big contracts and things of that nature. Only way you're going to see those deals, you got to have fans in the stands, as well as you got to have people that want to see the product that you're offering. I salute head coach Eddie George over there at Tennessee State. He's trying to put something together over there for his team, with his team, build that team up, to build that program up, to get them over the hump and win that Ohio Valley Conference come this upcoming season. They had a winning record, but now's the time for them to go ahead and do some damage over there, especially get off into them playoffs and make some things really shake. So I say all of that to say that oftentimes, while we're in the midst of the storm, there's always a brighter day. We just got to look at it from the standpoint of the direction that we're trying to move. And I think that's what's really going on now with a lot of these institutions, because again, we get some information from a lot of the newspapers and things of that nature, but I'm starting to see now there's a lot of other things that's going on the other side, as far as like within the university, that we're not privy to that information. And I just found that I found it to be something very very beautiful from the standpoint that Jackson State is not going to be hurt based on having to give this man that money. Because when you look at it going forward, if he doesn't do the type of numbers that he was doing when Jackson State was there, you're losing every year. And a lot of looking at these numbers, because we talk about numbers all the time, we're looking at the number of fans that come to games. If Jackson State is averaging close to 40,000 fans in the stands every game, and you had 52,381, something like that, the last time they played in the Southern Heritage Classic, what you do the math on that and tell me who's bringing the folks to the party and who need to step it up a little bit. That's all I'm saying, guys. But guys, Coach will go ahead and get up on out this thing. But like I said, I just want to share that with y'all. I find that to be pretty cool to see how, the university still was able to, bounce back even from a minor setback. When folks started like, dang, they got hit in the head with that 800,000, boy, what they gonna do? And the crazy thing about it was that was settled in 2022. We're in 2024, and it's just not coming out. I'm like, wow. So, hey, salute to VP Ashley Robinson salute to VP/Vice President Ashley Robinson over there at Jackson State University. And I'm sure, I think Mr. Clark mentioned the previous president. He also mentioned some things as well as far as we're getting that taken care of. So salute to them to getting that handled and getting that on up out the way. But guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.